So this is issues of the day. We have been uh, my debut was in a month ago. Was it June? And I've not been on air since that debut. There's been a lot I've been doing. I've been restructuring systems, setting up my website, services which we shall I'll be letting you know that we're offering. So um, I would like to talk to you about Anonymous Sudan and the ramifications of Anonymous Sudan, its impact. It's having an impact in Africa, in Europe. It's a global impact. I'll highlight how it's affecting Africa vis-a-vis recent things like in Nigeria, Kenya, and then see my geopolitical, my GRC is GRC geopolitical. I'm not a conventional GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. My GRC is related to geopolitical sphere of cybersecurity. There's a geopolitical aspect to it. It's not just breaches and attacks and that's it. There's also a geopolitical element, and that's my field. So I will come here and give you an analysis and how it's likely to impact cybersecurity. So let me talk more about Anonymous Sudan. Anonymous Sudan claimed launched an attack, cyber attack, breached the MTN Nigeria, and they were off for 6 hours. Anonymous MTN is a telecom powerhouse in Africa. The company is based in South Africa, and most of sub-Saharan Africa has MTN as their main telecoms provider. Just like you have British Telecom in Great Britain, you have in America you have IBM. Then there is yeah. So it's a closer son in sub-Saharan Africa in regard to telecom. So Anonymous Sudan claimed responsibility for a cyber attack on the website of a Nigerian mobile telecommunications company, which is MTN. The hacker group made the announcement and provided details of the cyber attack on their Telegram channel. Anonymous Sudan wrote that the following services, along with others, were affected: internet data calls, SMS, you cannot send or receive messages, texting, no internet, neither could you call for 6 hours. There was a customer care was affected, the customer care panel of MTN in Nigeria. Recharge line system, internal infrastructure, bank top-up system. People use digital phone to phone, transfer money. People are unbanked in Africa. So they rely on this digital infrastructure provided by the telecom companies to transact between themselves. Somebody can send money urgently to someone else to pay for something or someone in need like that. So it saves a lot of time and hassle. The balance of MTN app and website were also defaced and disabled. So it was a and a big impact. So they claim that the companies definitely suffered a full system outage with connections to all systems and websites across the nation being disrupted. After the MTN Nigeria cyber attack, there was a first impact of that when there is a breach of a major company and of, of such a scale. Definitely, you are going to have insurance companies and cyber. They are also cost the company their reputation. They have to pay to reestablish communications and systems prior to the attack as they were before, and even pay for more security features to be put in that were not there before. There is also cost to compensate people. People need to and assuage their ill feelings that are generated because of this. People blame the company, but it is not the company's fault. The inconvenience is it's not them who planned it, but there is corporate image of the company. It has to be maintained, and this is costly. When something happens of this nature, you have to spend money to repair your image, your systems. Insurance companies, when there is a breach, cyber breach, they do not simply. It's not like other situations where you knock a car or your asset is destroyed, then you go and claim. You know that they will be compensated if you are paying insurance. It doesn't work like that in the cyber. First of all, the insurance company has to be convinced that you are doing a governance, risk, and compliance. That is, the procedures and policies have to be in place. Systems have to be shown that they have been um, they have been set up, and there is an element, or there is um, a big display of the systems have to be able to withstand a cyber outage. So if there is one, it definitely is beyond their capacity or capability at that moment to avoid this. And their chances, then they may be good chances, or maybe you'll get the compensation. But there is a very rigorous process you go through. So there is that was an expensive to most of the company's funding. The company lost a lot of money. So MTN in Nigeria. After assaulting Kenya, Anonymous Sudan threatened the cyber attacks on France. Anonymous Sudan hacker group left a message on its Telegram channel suggesting that they will be attacking websites from France. The self-proclaimed activist group made a reference to Kenya in a message on Telegram. The geopolitical issues with Niger seem to be the reason why the country is likely to be targeted by the threat actor. However, this is not the first time the activist group claimed to launch cyber attacks directed to France. Hospitals, educational institutions, media companies, and the communication industry in France were targeted by Anonymous Sudan in the past. Due to the tension between Niger and France, Niger has accused France of taking away their wealth, misappropriating their uranium. They have vast resources, uranium, and they say that it is alleged that France has been taking this uranium and there is no power supply in Niger. So, anonymous group likely took on the cause of Niger against France, whom they feel is a just cause, while it claimed to target European nations in the recent past as well. So the threat about cyber attack being launched on France comes days after an assault on Kenyan organizations took place. Anonymous Sudan claimed cyber attacks on Kenya, including the portal of M-Pesa. This is M-Pesa in Kenya. This is a e-payment system whereby people are facilitating and extending banking services to unbanked people. Monetary transactions take place. Banks can forward loans to people. People can pay for services and goods. So this was breached by including the Kenya Power and Lighting Company and the Kenya Revenue Authority. Anonymous Sudan threatened to launch large-scale cyber attacks on Kenya's digital infrastructure. In a telegram message, after allegedly launching cyber attacks on M-Pesa, they announced collaborating with Skynet and using the Godzilla botnet for cyber attacks. Anonymous Sudan also showed support for the pro-Russian hacker group Killnet. The group has been questioned over its intentions as they have been found using expensive tools for attacks. Researchers remain uncertain about the real motives of the hacker group that promises to be fighting for human rights. This is also because Anonymous Sudan has worked with pro-Russian groups and targeted organizations in Israel, Operation Sweden, Operation Denmark. The hackers claim to have targeted French airport portals and medical institutions in March 2023. They accused France of humiliating Islam and its religious figures through cartoons. They also targeted Australian organizations in March. Cyber attacks on France and NATO connection. Most of the cyber attacks launched by Anonymous Sudan were on NATO nations recently, which includes pro-Ukrainian nations against Russia-Ukrainian war. The group has been known to often target organizations with DDoS, DDoS attacks, distributed denial of service, including the recent one on Microsoft. The Microsoft cyber attack by Anonymous Sudan impacted Microsoft Azure, Outlook, and OneDrive. OneDrive is like Google in Microsoft is like Google Drive on a Google Gmail. And Azure is the cloud-based Microsoft platform whereby people can access cloud-related services, software as a service, cloud as a service, platform as a service. So without having to have the physical infrastructure of the data, the inbuilt data warehouses and whatnot. This is provided by Microsoft using Azure. So you just log in and you have all these resources, servers, name it, in a virtualized environment. So all this was affected. Outlook is the email component of Microsoft, and they accessed large databases that had details of over 30 million email accounts. They also tried to sell the data from Microsoft for $50,000. In January, cybersecurity experts began expressing concerns about the emergence of a group called Anonymous Sudan. TrueSec, cybersecurity researchers, uncovered several clues that exposed the true identity of Anonymous Sudan. For instance, the group's use of the messaging app Telegram, which is popular among Russian threat groups. The app's account associated with Anonymous Sudan was located in Russia, and the group had interacted with other Russian-linked activists on the platform. Additionally, most of their posts on Telegram were in English and Russian and not Arabic. So you can excuse Islamic or Arabian-based hack threat groups. They say they've located it to be a Russia-centric group. The researchers also discovered that Anonymous Sudan had employed paid infrastructure in previous attacks, utilizing 61 servers to direct traffic and disrupt operations. So, as Anonymous Sudan, I'll be back tomorrow with more information. This time I'm coming back sooner than tomorrow. because I told you the issues of today are the issues of tomorrow, and the issues of tomorrow will be the issues of the day. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.